Hi everyone, I'm Angela and welcome to Crafting with Angela. Today I am going to be decorating some tags. So I was in my local pawn shop and I seen this pack of 30 brown luggage tags for £1. And I thought to myself, cannot beat that. That's a really good price. It's just over 3p a tag. So normally I make my own tags. I have had some videos on making master boards and things like that, but I just thought I would buy these and decorate some of them. Let me just lift a handful of these out. Not sure how many it's going to be, but let me see. There's 8 tags here. Just so we're aware, I've just opened the box. So these tags are 12 centimeters by 6, which is 2 3/8 by 4 3/4 inches. I said these were just the size that they came, and they already have the strings and all on them. But in order to decorate these, I'm going to show you what I have here. So I have, you'll have seen some of my Tuesday videos recently have been using my scraps. So these are some of the scraps that I have had left over after making those cards. So I'm going to keep those to one side. I also have some book pages. So there's different, that's a thesaurus, a novel, encyclopedia type book, and then I also have a couple of, these are ads and whatnot from pages that I have bought. They're single-sided, but I've cut them out. They might be useful, I might use them, I might not. You can see there's some maps in there, a magazine that's been coffee dyed, so I have them. I also have a range of papers. So these are papers that I made myself when I was doing jelly press. So I had a jelly press last year and I was going through a bit of a play with it. These are kind of the bits that are off cut and not being used for anything else. So I just thought I would keep them. Some of them hopefully have a bit of a gold tint to them, but I thought that would be a good way of adding colour to them. I also have a selection of number tags, I suppose, or labels. So these are all printed on coffee dyed paper, and there's a mixture of labels. Some of them are bits of book page with a page number on it, or top of a page that was from the source, I think it was. So I've got them. I'll also have, in case I want it, need to add anything else, I have a sticker pack here by Globleland. You can get them on Amazon, and it has like butterflies and larger stamps and some words in there if I want them. So I have them. If I do want to use them, I have an acrylic block, and I also have a range of Momento inks here. So tuxedo black, rich cocoa, rhubarb stock, and danube blue. Those are kind of my standard label pick colours. I also have, from my master boards, I have a couple of leftover bits of napkins. So we have the cupcakes and we have the flowers and the rabbits. Don't know if I'm going to use them, but I thought I would keep them to one side because they may be useful. And then the only other things I'm going to have is I have my glue mat, I have my glue stick, tear ruler, some scissors. The tags are already cut. Oh, I'll probably just going to bring these out. I also have my large wallpaper scissors, because if I'm cutting around the edges of these, I think that would be a good start. Oh, and I'll get some lace, and that's everything I think that we're going to work with now. So while I was rearranging things, I just went and got 2 things of lace in case I want them as well. So the first thing I'm going to do is, and I like doing these at mass make, so doing 8. I like it when you can make several out of it. So I'm just going to go through here and take the ribbon or cord or whatever this is that's in it out of each of them. So I'm going to keep those to the side. May put them back in, we may put some of the lace or something in instead. So let me just rearrange things slightly here so I have a better working space. Like I said, I like doing these as a mass make, and for that I think it helps to have them out. I'm almost going to treat it like a masterboard. It's not, but I'll treat it like it. So there's the 8 tags cut out. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with some of this lovely coloured paper, because I think it's nice to add some patterns on here. So I like that pattern there. I'm not sure which stencil this was that I used, but I think it's a really nice stencil. So although I'm going to do this like a masterboard, I'm not gluing them together. I just like to keep an idea on what they look like at the same time. So I won't be gluing things down across individual boards or anything like that, or individual tags. Putting on a good amount of glue stick here. In here, putting the balloon folder, it's always a good way to make sure you get a nice level. So I'm going to treat this as a mass make. So what I'm doing is I'm going that on. I'm going to do the same thing to all the other pitch shade. Not always using the same pattern or the same paper, but just giving it an idea that it will look similar. Because these are made with gel press, they're a really thick layer, which will add some good stability to these tags. It's also, because it's paint, there's also good texture to it, which is really different to see or feel on these. So I'm just going to try and do 2 of each of these similar papers and styles and things like that, just so we have, don't like doing things in singles. Not looking to make identical versions, but close enough that, you know, if you put them together in a journal or in a pocket, that they'll go together. You know, it'll look like it was a conscious effort for them to go together. And I try not to throw out any scraps of my papers when they're made, because work is going into making these papers and getting them to look right. So if I can use them, I will try and find a way to use them. have a quick overview of these again. You can see they're all similar, but not the same, which is important, I think. I will eventually trim these down. I'm just not going to do it at this stage. Okay. Now, I have a couple of ads here. Don't think I would take that. I want to put something on this side, I think. Keep that. Maybe some book pages. Keep those ads to the side. I think they'll make nice focal points. Looking for the bigger pieces now, just to see what we can get. The smaller pieces. Okay, so 4 different types of pages, 4 different types of tags. So let's start with this small one here. No, but I don't mind that it doesn't fit the whole way across. I don't mind having a strip of the brown showing its way through. Probably aren't able to see this, but all I'm doing is turn these down into the strips that I feel would work for the pieces here. We're just going to glue this down, so I'll glue it down and put this on fast forward. Okay, so I've given these a bit of time to dry. I'm going to come in and trim off the back. So I'm just going to use my wallpaper scissors for this and turn them over and just trim them down here. Just flat on the back of the tag. Okay. When I was cutting these, I was saying, oh, I don't mind that brown going down the centre. So if I'm being honest, I don't overly like it. So what I think I'm going to do, I have a couple of scraps here. I think what I'm going to do is cut these two in half and use them on this. So and then maybe come in, I don't think these two need it because there's no gap between them. Come in with these, and maybe because there's a bit of a missing gap there along the top as well, and see how much of that I can come in with. I prefer to just finish that off, although I think I might just, let me see, these two smaller pieces I'm going to tear down. I like the torn edge. Well, it's not always easy to tear the smaller pieces down, but okay. There's those two. I would like to tear this down, but I think the size of it, I don't think I'm going to be able to. So let's see. If we try and cut this into a thin strip. So we have one torn edge there and one straight edge, and I think that'll do nicely in the middle of those. So let me just glue those down. And then just coming in to trim these ones down again. So I have a couple of these ads, piano and a bike, and I think I like them with either. I wonder if I could. is if I take this, cut this ad roughly in half, like that for it. Could cut this bit out. Like them. We're following a similar pattern with each of them. And now what we could do is look at focal points. So I have a couple of things I could add on as focal points. I have the cupcakes, which are quite pretty. I have the bunny, again are quite nice. I think I like the bunnies for those ones. Maybe the cupcakes. I like the cupcakes for those ones. Let me see if I can share. Those cupcakes will look nice there. I think I like the bunnies. I like that tall bunny. This is just so I know what I'm putting on each one. It's not how I would traditionally cut these out or get them to work well, but normally I would use a brush and water. That would give nice rough or nice smooth edges. Rougher edges, but it would allow you to the edges would blend into the background. But I think the backgrounds with these are so busy I'm not really sure it's going to make much of a difference. Okay, so that's a couple of bunnies there. A cupcake and those ones. I have some numbers here. Just put these out. I like that date. I'm liking the red on that one for some reason, so let's see what else we have in the red. And I know when you make your number stamps yourself, you can always make more, but I like restricting myself to what I've already made so that I don't end up doing too much. If you can say, oh, I'll make any one I want, you spend more time thinking about what you want than actually making. And sometimes you just need to limit yourself to say, this is what I have, what am I going to use. So first thing I've done is, let me see, I like that date up there. Those are nice there. So just going to add these two on before I look at the others, because it can be far too easy to get sidetracked. And sometimes you just need to make that decision and say, here we go. I'm liking those two. Not saying they're finished, we'll put them to one side at the minute. Now this is different when you're doing the napkin. You glue what you're sticking the napkin to, not the napkin itself. Like now, I've got those two. to on that. So those two look good, those two look good. Is there anything else we can do to finish these off? Maybe a nice stump. I like that stump, that Paris stump, and there's a New York City one. Whenever I'm stamping, even if it's onto tags like this, I like to put a bit of foam down underneath because I just think it gives a much better impression. I like the blue, so this is Danube blue. 2 inches actually fits on here. And then the next one here is one that says New York City. I'm going to keep the stamp out at the minute because I'm just looking at this to see, is there anything else on this? I like the approved. So again, coming in with the blue, do you happen to think the blue's nice on this with the blue and the maps in the background there? I'm going to stick the approved on the other one. I'm going to stick it in the same place. I think that looks good for those. And then one last look here with these. Is there anything in my stump set here that would look good on these ones? I like the dates. No, I like that date. There's two dates I like. One for 1966 and one for 1970. I'm gonna go with the black. So I think this one is going to be on this one, on the wider page there. Let's just go like this, get a nice pink in there. I'm just gonna stamp that like that. The next piece is the smaller date. Is there anything else? Don't think there's the only other thing I could imagine. That's, I'm going to just these two splot, I suppose. Going on with the brown, because I'm going to pretend that this is tea or coffee stains. Okay. And the reason I'm saying that is I like the idea of the tier coffee stains in with the cupcakes. Okay. Last thing I need to do then is come in with them all. Let's have one look at these and see is there anything else that we need to add to them to just cut a piece of that off. All I need now is a bit of glue that will hold that down there. I'm going to come in, this is Fast Grab Tacky Glue, which does hold really well against for fabrics, but it's quite difficult to squeeze out. So. Okay, coming in here. Exactly the same thing on the other side. Just looking to see where we are. And that will dry nice and neat, or clear and see through, so you'll be able to see the pattern from underneath that. But what I do like about that is, if I'm doing that on the bottom, I'm going to come in with the same thing on the top. So I'm just going to cut a couple of lengths of this off. And I'm ready to become the cord on the top. So let's just go like this. Exactly the same thing as we did before. Fold the ribbon in half, the lace, whatever you want to call it. And pull it through. Feed the remainder of the lace through, and there we go. Now, probably when I put them in a journal, I will trim that lace down a bit, but I don't think we need to at this stage. Again, just coming in from the back and cutting off that extra ribbon. I am debating with these two. I have this if you can see that on the screen up. I have this ribbon here. Quite nice. Bits along the bottom and those two bits from the top. Again, come in with this glue. On the bottom of both edges. An extra tag in there that's not supposed to be there. So I'm trying to even this up so we're getting an equal pattern on either side. Like that. I'd rather lace it overhang while we're doing these bits to give it a chance to dry and then cut it off. Exactly the same as we did before. Fold the piece in half. Feed this through the hole punch, feed the ribbon through itself. And tighten. And this is the last step. I just need to trim that ribbon off, and then let me trim these 2 pieces of ribbon down. And I'll clear the disc and we'll have a look at the finished tags. Okay, so we have finished tags. Let's just have a quick look through. So those are the 2 with just the numbers and the French ads on them. Then we have the 2 bicycle ones with the labels in red. For both of them, what I did was I just added the white cord that came on the tags originally back onto them. I can always change that out at a later date if it matches the tags better. Then we have the 2 with the bunny rabbits and the nice cream lace around the bottom and at the top. And finally the 2 with the piano ad and the cupcakes, and coming in with the white lace on that. So I hope you have enjoyed making these tags with me.